What's up, everybody? It's more Donkey Kong Country. Oh shit, is this the one where you gotta go like super fast? I think this is the one where you gotta go super fast to get the secret Donkey Kong barrel. Ah, I think it was right here. I think I just swapped over to a platform too early. Shit. I might be on the complete wrong level, too. What is that fucking ducking shit? I'm not trying to duck. I've already missed all the Kong letters, so... Oh, shit. Booyakasha! So these are just little bonus areas. You get to play as all the animal buddies. Which a lot of people think that Donkey Kong Country 2 is the first time you get to play as the actual animal buddies, but you can actually do it in here, but only if you unlock these bonus rooms. And then, like, every 100 little emblems you get extra life. You find a little secret area, it'll multiply it by 2. Fuck you, Mini Nicky, and your nuts. What the fuck? I've never had that happen. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh yeah. So, like, certain games on PlayStation, you can pop the lid, put your own music in. And then on the flip side of that, you could put the game disc in an actual CD player. And on a lot of the games, you could listen to the soundtrack. And I think I already mentioned it in the last episode. I have no idea how any of us discovered that stuff, because, I mean, there was no internet back then to tell us this shit. I mean, it just had to be 100% just curiosity. And then, you know, way up the playground, so to speak. I mean, I wasn't in, like, elementary school anymore when I got a PlayStation. It's middle school, so, like, middle school lunchroom, I guess. But it'd be shit like, hey, man, if you put the Twisted Metal 3 game in a CD player, you can listen to the music. But see, then there was also a trick to it, because it wasn't just putting it in a CD player. Because a lot of times, you put it in a CD player, and it would load up and display track 1. But track 1 would be where all the game data was. What the fuck? Alright. That was all screen for like a half a second, if that. But yeah, it would load up, and you know, depending on what kind of CD player you had, it would show you how many tracks were on the disc. Or either it would just say, you know, track 1, track 2, so on and so on. So I think the way I figured it out was I got a new stereo that had a CD player. I mean, obviously. Had 3-disc changer. I remember it. I want to say it was a Sony. With like the mega bass speaker. And oh, fuck, the N is in there. God damn it. I don't like that they're putting the fucking letters in the bonus room. And I feel like I don't remember it happening quite as often. But anyway. I got this stereo system. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it was a Sony. With a mega bass speaker. 3-disc changer. It's red and black. Had like early light up to the beat shit. Not like RGB. It was just like a red light probably. And, I want to say I put the game in by accident. Because I had a bunch of CDs, and I had a bunch of PS1 games, which basically came in CD cases. So I had CD racks, and I would keep my games and my CDs in the same rack, because you know, I was in middle school. I didn't have the money to, or the space really, to have multiple shit for, oh, this is just for CDs. And I also like to keep stuff alphabetized. So honestly can't imagine. I'm gonna be really pissed off there's a Kong letter here. I can't imagine what CD I would have been reaching for. Maybe Unwritten Law. Got distracted by something, and instead of grabbing them, I was one CD too high and ended up grabbing Twisted Metal and put it in. And just, you know, it takes a second to spin around and all that stuff, because it was a 3-disc changer, so like it had to read all 3 CDs, because you could actually program a playlist just off of those. Like, I want to do track 1 off of this CD and track 7 off of this one, Shit like that. And I want to say I went, you know, the allotted time that it usually takes, and let a few more seconds go by and think, why the fuck isn't it playing? What the hell's going on here? God damn it. Because, you know, there were also times where if a CD had a fingerprint on it, or if it was scratched, it just wouldn't play that song sometimes. So like, I think I went over, or maybe even grabbed the remote, because I want to say that one had a remote. It did. It did have a remote. That's probably my computer, which was located on the opposite side of the room. So a lot of times what I would do is, like, I would load up, like, the Sonic Ultimate Collection for PC, and then just play music from a CD. And, that's probably what I was doing. Or, you know, just logging on to, like, early-ass fucking dial-up internet. Bruh. Bro. Oh my god. Gotcha, you motherfucker. But yeah, I'd load up, like, the Sonic Ultimate PC Collection, or whatever it was called, and, like, throw a Korn CD in, and use that as the background music from my boombox, or stereo. So that's probably what I was doing, and, you know, I probably beat, like, all of Angel Island 1 or something, and was like, why the fuck is the music not playing? So I'll probably grab the remote and just hit, like, skip to the next track. And then, all of a sudden, fucking Rob Zombie was playing. And I didn't have any Rob Zombie CDs, because at the time I didn't know who Rob Zombie was, because I didn't realize that Twisted Metal soundtrack was an actual, you know, oh, this guy's like a real band. I mean, not the guy himself. You know what I mean. So, like, I got confused, because, like, that's not what I wanted, because, like I said, I was probably looking for, like, Unwritten Law or something. I don't know why I keep going to Funky. I was originally thinking it was an achievement, so I probably won't visit them anymore. Alright, fuck you then. But I'm pretty sure that's how I discovered that you could listen to, soundtracks from PlayStation games. And then, of course, you know, a buddy comes over and you gotta be like, yo, check this shit out. And then, you know, he shares it with somebody else, and so on and so on, and then eventually somebody comes back over to me and was like, hey man, did you know that you can do this? I'm like, yeah. No you didn't. But that's basically how everything worked in the 90s, and the early 2000s. Like, that's the only feasible explanation I could come up with to how I found out about listening to the soundtracks from the games. I cannot figure out how we would have figured out the other way, like listening to our own music over a game. Because, I mean, like I said, game discs were essentially CDs. And we were always told, you know, if a CD gets scratched or scuffed or fingerprints or anything like that, it won't work anymore. So, and also like, oh, never open the lid while it's playing. So like, why would we have ever opened the PlayStation lid? Because this wasn't just a CD, you know, this was a fucking game. Like, CDs were like $14, $15. You could earn that, you know, just doing like bullshit chores around the neighborhood and go buy a replacement if you have to. Fucking games were $60, $70, $80, $90 sometimes. You can't just find that kind of change laying around the house when you're 12 years old. So we didn't chance shit like that. And like, yeah, it might have been published in a magazine or something, but that would have meant somebody would have had to tell me, because the only things that I got every month were, I had a subscription to the Archie Sonic comics and Nintendo Power. And Nintendo Power wouldn't be telling you shit about PlayStation, I promise. And neither would Archie Comics, I mean, let's be real. And I guess I missed a fucking letter. God damn it. That motherfucker. That pop-up distracted me. I think I gotta find a new fucking VPN. So, I use Surfshark, and, you know, from everything I looked into, because I've been looking for a VPN for a couple of years, you know, Surfshark had a bunch of good reviews, and a bunch of people endorsed it, and all this other shit. So I was like, alright, that's the one I'm gonna go with, because, you know, I looked at all the other ones like Nord and Express and Proton. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go with Surfshark. It seems like it has some pretty good features, and I'll be honest, I need something that's pretty user-friendly at the house, because, well, not everybody's as tech savvy as me. So I basically need something that's like plug and play or point and click. So they're having like a big fucking Black Friday sale or something. It was basically like 3 years for the price of 1 year, and then I also had some YouTubers promo code which got me another 4 months on top of that 3 years for no extra cost. So I basically paid, I want to say it was like $108. And I've now had it for... I don't know, I want to say I've had it for over a year now. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably getting close to the 2-year mark at this point, because Thanksgiving's just a few months away. When I'm recording this. But once I got Surfshark and was like using it pretty frequently, it seemed like it stopped being good. Like, where was I going with that? Oh, aw, dicks. Dicks. I'm not gonna make it. I wanted to show off where the ×2 thing is. But anyway, okay, it didn't delete all those letters. Weird. Well, it was like, when I was initially setting it up, it wasn't exactly as user-friendly as it was made to seem. Yeah, for the most part, you just install it, you log in, you pick a location, and that's more or less the end. That's more or less the end of it, but where's the G? Yeah, I didn't get the G on it. God damn it! But then, like, alright, so Firefox is like my primary web browser. I don't like Google Chrome. And I've just kind of used Firefox since, I mean, pretty much the same time I was talking about earlier, fucking middle school days. Like, I was an early adopter of Firefox. And I'll be amongst the first to say that, you know, Firefox isn't exactly the greatest anymore. But out of, you know, what I found out there, it's still the one that I'm using. Where the fuck is the G? Where the fuck is the G? I mean, I don't even see where there could be a bonus room for it to be in. Unless there's something right here. But I don't think I've gotten to the end at this point yet. So yeah, I set it up, and you know, started doing some web browsing, and this platform wasn't there before, was it? I gotta check that in fucking editing. But anyway, started doing some web browsing. Or I tried to. Found the G. Sneaky motherfucker. And, alright, so even though I don't use Chrome, Google is still my default homepage when I load up Firefox. So, I just kept getting this error of it saying that, oh, that's a dick move, game. Just kept getting this error of, you know, server not responding, like 503. Hey, what the fuck? I know I'm connected. So I pulled up the Surfshark app on the side, and you know, it was showing connected. And I had to make sure because one of the settings in Surfshark is a kill switch. So if you disconnect from your VPN, like if it disconnects for some reason, it'll automatically shut down all of your internet traffic. Basically like a failsafe. So like if you're doing any torrenting or anything, I'm not saying you should have one, but you should probably have a VPN with a kill switch. Especially if your ISP doesn't like you to do any torrenting. Because there are some of them out there that they'll issue you some like DMCAs, and they can actually throttle or even shut down your entire service for doing that. Where the fuck is the O? Where the fuck is the O? I don't know where the O is. So anyway, back to fucking Firefox not working. I eventually realized that just for whatever reason and somehow, I guess Google blocks access to certain Surfshark VPN servers. God, I really want to jump down there, but I don't know what's down there. And I don't know where the O is. Surprise, motherfucker! But like the fucking weird thing is like, I mean, I won't fucking hide it. I was initially connected to, like, I think I just went with the default of, connect to the fastest US server. Yeah, there's nothing down there. Like, it doesn't really give a location, it just says fastest US server. I'm like, yeah, that works. Sure, let's go with that. So, eventually, I changed it to, like, I don't know, like, fucking Sweden or something. And now all of a sudden the fucking Google webpage is loading up just fine. It's like, huh, that's odd. So I picked another US location, like, I don't know, Denver or something like that. Same thing. Google.com just will not fucking load. Guess I need espresso to get up there. Jesus Christ. So then, after a little more testing, I realized that, like, oh, there's a Surfshark Firefox extension. So I can install that and have Firefox show me in one location and have, you know, the rest of the system show in a different location for reasons. But then I started having other issues. Now I know when using a VPN, your speed is going to be compromised. Like, somewhat significantly sometimes. Now, I've got most everything in the house that can be is hardwired in. Everything's running on either Cat 6 or Cat 8 cable, so perfectly capable of doing gig speed or higher. Got 2.5 gig switches, you know, to split the signal. Nothing down. Where is this fucking O? Alright, this is the last attempt on this level. If I don't find the O, fuck it. I think I need to go back and get espresso if I can. Motherfucker. Well, fuck it. Anyway, back to fucking Surfshark. So, like, yeah, I've got all that stuff plugged into my gateway on the 2.5 gig port. Now, at the same time, I also only pay for 1 gig speeds. Because that's all that's offered around here. How did I already miss the K? Bruh. So, like, I've got all that, because I have a Plex server, and you know, I wanted it to run as optimally as possible. So here in the house, server is, you know, 2.5 gigs per second. And then it runs to a switch that, you know, goes to everything else in the house. Cool, no problem. I've also got it set up on DLNA, so that if there is no internet, it will still operate on the devices that are on the network. So basically everything that's hardwired in can still watch shit. But the problem doesn't have to do with that. I mean, the degraded speed is a little disappointing as far as, like, internet stuff. But if I'm not really going to be streaming anymore, okay, no big deal. Speed's still fast enough for online gaming, which I don't have the VPN running through the gateway or the firewall or on my fucking game systems at all, so they're completely open, you know, and they're not restricted by that. The issue that I have, though, is like in this episode alone, the little pop-up has showed up that I've been disconnected and reconnected to the server about 7 times just in this episode. And I'm not happy about that at all. Like, to the point where if there's another VPN out there that has more stable connection, I'll switch to it. I don't care what the fucking price is. I mean, I'm not looking to pay like $1,000 a month, but if it will stay connected, and I mean, like, I've even tried hooking up to like static IPs and stuff, and they still won't fucking stay connected. But I guess we'll talk more about this in the next episode.